friends and family, this is Megan Boy, aka Thomas me Gooksanam. So I get these questions a lot from you guys, especially you guys who follow me on Instagrams, and you be seeing the fashion posts that I be posting up. A couple of you guys have asked me, how has my fashion changed, or like how has my outlook on fashion changed since I've been up in the ROK? So I was like, well, why don't I make a topic about that? So anyway, without further ado, it's time for 5 ways my fashion and way I view fashion philosophy has changed in the ROK. So let's go. Numero uno. So the first way I have changed is that I've become a lot more experimental. And I realized it because actually I do a radio show on EBS, an EBS radio show. And one of the topics we did was like Korean versus American fashion. And so I didn't realize it until the other co-host, who's from Canada, he said, you know, I feel a lot more comfortable in Korea wearing different clothes than I did back in Canada. And I realized that that's very true. Like in Korea, the environment for clothing experimentation is much better. And what I mean is, you know, in America, let's say you're wearing a skirt and a nice shirt or something, people are going to be like, oh, why are you so dressed up? Because I realize in general, people tend to dress down more when compared to like Korea. And I feel like we have a bigger concept of too much. Whereas in Korea, you know, people generally wear their, you know, their best clothes, wear their fashionable clothes out instead of wearing, you know, comfortable things all the time. So you feel more free, like experimenting with fashion. And as long as I'm happy with what I'm wearing that day, then I could care less what people would think anyway. Because even when I went back to America 2 years ago, I still wore the same stuff that I wear in Korea there. Maybe people stare, maybe they didn't, I don't know. But I just feel like I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. But I definitely became a lot more experimental here because the environment really allows for that. And that's obvious when you look at my Instagram account and you see certain things I wear. If I wear things that are hella Korean, I see comments people being like, oh, I could never wear that in America. Or, oh, I want to dress like that, but in my country, people would stare at me and stuff like that. So actually, there's a different mentality here about adornment, about embellishments. And I feel like here, there's more of a eye for like pretty and decorated things versus we tend to have more bland tastes in America. So that brings me to the next thing I want to talk about. The second thing is I've become more flashy. What do I mean by that? Accessory laden. And I've noticed in general, when you look at stuff like, I don't know, look at K-pop music videos, you know, they're a lot brighter and more colorful. The clothing and fashion is a lot more crazy because we tend to like a lot more adornments, embellishments. We want to see a lot of bright colors or nice, you know, interesting fashions. And look at the history. A lot of you guys like dramas. Look at the Sageuk. The Sageuk are the traditional Korean dramas where they're like back in the day, you know, Joseon Dynasty, and they was wearing like hanbok and stuff. Look at the kings and queens. Like hanbok is very brightly colored, and the queens they don't have just one binyo in their hair. The binyo is a long like stick. Back here, they've got like 2 binyos in their hair, like 50 gold pins with moving adornments and like dragons everywhere. And look at the palace. The Korean palace are bright and colorful, you know, bright and colorful, like beautiful palaces. And look at the food. A lot of the food is like bright and colorful and beautiful. And even when you go to the store to buy like a cell phone case, right? You're not gonna find basic colors. One thing I did notice, like when I'm buying something in America, like maybe a contact lens case or an eyeglass case or a cell phone cover or something, yes, you know, there might be a few pretty ones, but the majority of them are basic colors, maybe basic patterns. But in Korea, if you wanna go buy a cell phone case, you're hard pressed to even find a plain one. It's the same thing in like a coffee shop. Coffee shops are adorned with like crazy decorations everywhere. I remember when I first came, I was like, wow, this place is hella decorated. Like, I even thought, oh, okay, this place is a little bit too decorated. But then now I'm kind of used to it. If I go somewhere and it's not decorated, I'd be like, what kind of prison is this? Well, I haven't been into a plain place. But if I did, I'm pretty sure I'd have that reaction. Number 3, which is I always dress up. It's not dressed up for Korea, but if I was back in America, it would be considered dressed up. Like people would be like, why are you always dressed up? But I realize it's just because we tend to be more practical and comfy and not really care about style as much on a daily basis. And we tend to have a lot of clothes in our closet that are just like comfortable random items. Whereas here, people tend to have fewer clothes, but the clothes that they buy are only clothes that fit their style. And if you look in like workers and stuff like that, that will be evident as well. Because even if you go to like, I don't know, the post office the banks, they have a set uniform they have to wear. Shoot, when I was getting my teeth fillings, you go to the dentist office, they're wearing beautiful, like, coordinated outfits. Well, look at the flight attendants, you know, they always have some kind of like hairpin thing in their hair and a big, you know, accessory around their neck. Like, absolutely beautiful and not just like standard uniform. But here it's not like considered dressed up to be wearing something stylish all the time, where I feel like in America it seems to be more dressed up if you're wearing just not like some blue jeans and a t-shirt or something. I'm not saying that one is good or bad, but I'm just saying it's just a difference in culture. There was a really good TED talk that I watched about like the 10-item wardrobe or something, and this girl who moved to France and did like a homestay, when she first arrived at the house, you know, she thought, you know, they were dressed in such nice clothes and sitting down having tea. She thought, oh, how nice of them to dress up for me since this is the first day I'm coming to their house, you know, to France. And she said, you know, whatever, they ate dinner, she went to bed and then got up the next day. They're sitting down in the living room, he's reading a newspaper, she's like doing something, and they're wearing nice clothes again. And she was like, oh, well, why are they wearing these, you know, nice clothes, you know, all the time? And then she learned that that's just the culture they have there. And they tend to have fewer clothes, but the clothes that they have are their nice, stylish clothes. And I noticed that to be kind of similar in Korea, which brings me to number 4, which is I don't buy random clothes anymore. I only buy clothes that fit my style, and I have much less clothes here, even though it might not seem like that. So, you know, in America, I'm at Kohl's or something, and there's a sale. I'm gonna buy these blue shorts, right? Just because they're on sale, and then just toss them in my closet. But I haven't thought about how they were coordinated with something else. So I just have this blue pants that I probably will not wear for a long time. Get up in the morning, try to figure out what to wear, and like there's like nothing to wear. I'm like, how is there nothing to wear when I've got like, I don't know, 20 plus pairs of pants and like, I don't know, 50 shirts, you know, random shirts. Like, how can I not find something to wear? And the reason was is because, yes, I had a lot of clothes, but they weren't coordinated and they weren't my style. So as a result, I just go for like some blue jeans and a t-shirt and pop out of the door. And this is also something she was saying in her TED talk as well, and I realized, wow, it's so similar to the situation here. And so if you come to Korea, especially if you come as an English teacher who works in a public school, then you'll notice your coworkers have nice clothes, but they rotate them very often. So like, let's say they'll wear it, you know, every week or two. They just rotate the same clothes every week or two. And back when I was in America, I wouldn't be caught dead wearing the same thing the same week, let alone the same month. You know what I mean? But I feel like here, there isn't really a culture of that. Oh, you wore that last week. Nobody's gonna say that, because I notice people tend to rotate clothes more often. And if something gets a hole in it or gets old, they're gonna toss it and replace it with something else. But back in America, I have a shirt, I got sweatpants, they got holes in it, I'm still just gonna keep it. So I won't keep like holy things anymore either. And I wear clothes a lot more frequently. So that brings me to the last point, which is I wear clothes a lot more frequently. So I mentioned in my like spring things, Korean things I need in the springtime video, I mentioned that I've been wearing that like sweatpants like outfit for the spring. Like I literally wear it once or twice a week. No problem. As long as it's clean and don't smell like crusty booty cheese. And when I buy something like this, then I tend to think about it. Like this shirt, for example. It's like, all right, I want these pants. I would never just buy these pants. These pants, I'll just show you the Instagram picture because I'm like, I just don't, right? So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna buy these pants, I need to make sure I have shirts that go with it, and this will be one of my outfits I wear while the weather is this season. So every season I might treat myself and buy like 1 or 2 new outfits and take out some or throw away ones that I haven't worn in forever that I don't feel like fit my style this time, or like give them away, and I keep it very short, so it's very easy for me to figure out what to wear. All right. So I hope that answered your question on like how my fashion has changed a bit and all those goody goodness thingamabobbers. So if you like this video and you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube page, which is down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, like me on Facebook, and I will see ya.